Hey guys, welcome back to the Brigade podcast episode 76. My name's Mike and I'm joined here with Sam.
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Sam with the less than ideal audio quality, but we're still here pumping out videos.
Yep, the compressed potato mic that is your phone.
Yes, as we explained in the last episode, my computer is dead, but um, as it rests in peace. Sorry, not peep. As it rests in peace, even though it still turns on, so it's got a bit of life left. But I don't think it's gonna last any longer. But it is
That's
how
been
it
long enough.
goes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So with an apology for the lack of content, there are like multiple factors and other stuff as to why we're not doing that. Other than the fact that my computer gone, Mike decided to catch the flu.
Totally, that's totally what I had. So it's
It wasn't the flu; it was another sickness. Then,
okay.
Yep. Back. He's back.
Yep, that was
Yep.
one for days.
Yep. So that's why we had no content in a while, and then of course, when we come back, a whole bunch of other stuff happened, such as Mother's Day happened.
Yeah, it was a bit ago now, wasn't it?
It was so. We'd like to shout out all the mothers all across the world.
Happy late
And
Mother's
yeah,
Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Exactly. It's belated, but yeah. Yeah, we had a great time. We pretty much spent a day with our family. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yep. Outside of that, we also um, it was a bit of like to get away from YouTube videos for a bit. Just be like, for me, I don't know about for you, um,
I mean, I've
because
been sick.
I know, but like it's just a refresher. Um, it's like I'm back. I'm actually really excited to make videos.
Right.
I'm still waiting on my computer, but like I'll be here and about.
Hopefully.
I'll definitely be here and about.
Okay.
Then of course, we outside of that, um, Mike he took a new position in his job. I don't know if we mentioned that last time, so
I think
he's
we
trying to get used to it.
did? That was a bit ago now. At least for me.
Yeah, mm. Yeah, but like it's funny because you ended up taking that new position, and not long after you end up getting sick.
Man, I guess
So so work's been definitely piling up.
it's been close to like 2 months, I want to say. So yeah, yeah.
And aside of that, my work's been piling up as well because we're reaching the end of financial year
Yes, sir.
here in Australia. Yeah, so pretty much every company's trying to do as much as they can before the new financial year. So work's been a bit hectic.
Yeah, trying to make themselves look better than they are.
Yep, and our company's deciding to transition to a hybrid model from working from home. Um, so I'm glad that I don't have to get to the office too much, but it's like I mean like I don't know, like a global movement because like I see a lot of people returning back because I had a friend who's also returning back to work. I mean, Mike he goes to the office every day, so it depends on where you
Yes,
work.
sir.
No, yeah, a lot of things are happening, and yeah, outside of that, we've just been gaming, watching anime. Yeah, nothing more than that. I mean, Genshin had its new update. I've been busy with that, and I've also been busy with playing a Balatro because I'm addicted again.
Addicted again.
Yeah, I am addicted. That game's so much fun. Yeah.
Imagine like someone tells someone, "Oh, I'm addicted to like cards. Why? Bellatra. That's why. Not gambling. It's
Yeah.
Bellatra. It's too much on my soul." They're like,
I mean,
"Yeah."
that's from my side. You're probably, if you've got anything else you want to add that
I've been
you've got.
playing a bit of what is this game that has a full name? It's like what Claire
The
Obscure Expedition 33, where I
Expedition
got
33. I just called it.
my butt handed to me by like a teenager like 5 times over because I'm playing on
Yeah,
the
because
hardest
you went
difficulty.
playing on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, I'm still in like Act 1, and I'm like every fight. I'm like, I ever come out with like a low HP on one of my characters, all my characters are just dead. So, fun times.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
But we are back. We'll catch up on a whole bunch of things that we missed.
You sir.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
what did we
Let's
miss?
start with like obviously biggest thing we did. As yesterday, well, from recording this, I did recording this video podcast. Um, we went to Trading Card Show Australia, which did a card event where you can buy trading cards.
Yeah, TCG, baby.
If you had a look on our channel, you can see we've opened some Pokemon cards on the channel.
Yep. Not too long ago. A month or two back.
They're up there.
Less.
They're up there. You can find them. We haven't decided what we're going to do because we ended up buying a ton of Pokemon cards and a few other cards as well. We're not sure how we want to do it. If we want to do one massive video, we're not sure if we're going to split it up.
Yeah, we haven't thought it through yet. We're kind of
We
just
haven't
like
thought it through.
still like, should we do it one? Should we do it multiple? How long
I
is
feel
it
like
gonna take?
one would be like really crazy, and I feel like that'd be like a lot of fun to do.
It would be, and then but then there'll be like no space on the desk. Like it's just gonna be filled with cards.
Don't worry, don't worry
Ah.
about you. With the previous video, you're throwing the packets everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna be throwing boxes.
Boxes you can just put underneath your desk. That's the difference.
Oh yes, and then I can kick them after.
So there's that. Sneak peek. I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek. We did pick up a lot of Pokemon cards, and let's just give you some card sets that we picked up. We picked up a lot of. If you're a Pokemon fan, you know these packs. If you're not, yeah, you're going to learn about them. That's how we're going to learn about them. So we picked up a lot of Journey Together, which is probably the newest English set that's been released, with a new English Team Rocket set coming out in a bit. I don't know if it's already out. It might be already out, but yep. So we picked up a whole bunch of those, and we picked up a whole bunch of packs.
Packs, booster boys.
Packs, yes. I will keep the rest hidden because I don't remember what else we picked up. But I can tell you we did not pick up any 151 or Prismatic Evolution, which we were hunting. We were looking for them. But then whenever we found them, we're like, oh, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So we were hunting for them. I mean, we didn't even see any Prismatic Evolution singles.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. But yeah,
Didn't like some 151 packs like just singles go for like 25 each?
yeah.
Like,
but I think that's like the market rate because I had a look.
mate, look, it could
online.
It could be the market rate. Doesn't mean it's affordable.
No, it doesn't mean it's affordable. 100% completely agree with you, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that is right.
It's too much.
But yeah. But in the next coming day, you'll see a whole bunch of the other stuff we will unbox on the channel. Yep. Just thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek of what we got. Maybe we'll post some stuff after we unbox them on the channel. Maybe we'll post them on Twitter. We do have some extras because as well in our area they decided to our shopping center a Pokemon vending machine, and we've hit that up a bit. So we have some stuff prior to the event we went to. But yeah,
That's
Anyway,
kind
let's
of
talk. You go ahead,
random. I'm not gonna lie. Like just a random vending machine appears at the shopping center. Just
bro. It was completely
Pokemon.
random. The fact that like as I was leaving, I noticed it. So I left and I came back in.
I find it the funny part. It is next to an ATM. It's like, yes, please take your money and use it on this machine. Take the money here and put it in here.
Actually, two reasons why I stick to the ADM. Okay. The
Okay.
first reason is while you take out money, you're like, there is a Pokemon vending machine, right? Might as well just slip some money in. Another reason is when you get paid, and some people get paid in cash and they go to put it in the ATM. It's like,
Yeah.
over
Hmm.
next to me, there's a Pokemon. You know what I mean? Vending
Yeah.
machine. So yeah, Pokemon vending machine. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I liked
Very
it a lot.
cool.
Huge fan of it because well, I don't know if a Pokemon is might not be as popular here in Australia, like Pokemon cards, because no scalpers. I haven't seen any scalpers like jump the machine. Um,
I mean, maybe just because of the location, but you never know. Just in general, could be because of
yeah,
like
yeah,
online.
yeah. And at least we've got a Pokemon machine because like when we go to EB games where we pretty much get our cards, well, because EB games are the closest thing. There are obviously TCG stores all over the place, right? But like, let's say you go EB games and they have like the most standard packs.
Yeah.
I'd say, well, the most common like packs you can find. Um, which we did unbox on the channel. We unboxed. It was our first pack opening
Yeah. And we had like
video.
five, I think, of them. Five
Yeah, yeah,
packs.
pretty much. Right, but now that we've got
More variety.
we've got a variety because like for example, like Journey Together is sold out on EB Games, and I sit there and I'm like, well, when's it? So you have to order it online, but you have to order it pretty much day one. It releases online
Jeez.
because everyone's buying it. Everyone's buying it pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I go to the vending machine and Journey Together is there. So you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Um, but then not only does it have like cool sets because like it's got a few cool sets. Got a few. It doesn't have all these sets because like some of the sets we saw at this event yesterday were wild. Like some old sets, Um, but
No, there were definitely quite a bit of oldies, and they were expensive. I
yeah,
remember the the
yeah. It
Pokemon
was a
Emerald
lot of
copy that we saw
yeah, yeah. That was cool.
for like
We'll talk
300.
about the event in a bit. I just want to go back to this
Okay.
point. Yes. What I mean was like not only does it have newer sets, it's also got English and Japan. No, sorry, English, Japanese, and Chinese Pokemon cards. Um,
Yeah.
which
So
is
you
cool. Like
can just go for your preference
exactly. Yeah.
because they all have nice
Um,
art. Some cheaper than others because of
dude, how did I
rare.
get stuck with like the most expensive hobbies ever?
Because you like spending money.
No, like I get stuck with. Okay, guys. Look, I kid you not. Like I get stuck. I got stuck with video games. I don't think video games are as cheaper than it was back in the day. So it's like not too expensive. But then I'm like Lego and Pokemon cards. Like, come on.
Yeah, those are expensive. But I guess
Yeah.
Pokemon cards you can at least make your value back
No, you can make
if
your
you
value
sell
back
'em.
with a Lego as well. You can.
No, yeah, but Lego the thing is it's like harder to sell, and then you get those ones that are
I do
really
agree. I
expensive.
do agree. I do agree with you. I do agree with you on that. Yeah, but like, yeah, like Lego Pokemon with next year. Oh my goodness,
That's gonna sell.
the
That's gonna get
price.
scalped.
Everyone's getting scalped these days. Nothing new, unfortunately.
Nothing new. Womp womp.
Yeah, we've got a few more Lego sets. I'll post them once we start building them.
Building them,
I'll
yeah.
post them on Twitter, but we haven't building Lego. Yeah. So let's talk about the event in general. Like you said, we did see like a Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy. I think it was Game Boy Advance.
Advanced, yeah.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance, which was
GBA.
actually kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, it wasn't in perfect condition, the box, but I'm like, I mean, like it's cardboard box, but I mean, like, hey, it's in pretty good condition. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I saw its price
Dude,
in the car.
I'm
It's like
gonna hear
three
with this.
fifty.
I'm gonna hear with this, right? Uh
Yeah,
Nothing can be kept in perfect condition.
yeah, nothing, of course not.
Nothing can be kept like the only thing that can be kept if it's like airtight sealed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because especially
Like
because air can also damage things.
Correct. Like correct,
Oxidization.
exactly. So like nothing can be in perfect condition. So you're getting something from like what like the I don't know. It's like
Early 2000s.
2000, maybe early, yeah, earlier than 2000. But yeah, it's cool to see, you know.
I mean, no, it definitely is. Just like, oh, does anyone want to buy a $300 copy of Pokemon Emerald?
You know, I think people do that, right? Like they put like these things, right?
Yeah,
Not for not like yeah, if they sell it, that's cool, right?
yeah.
But like I think they get it so like you can attract people to your booth because you sit there, right? You know what I mean?
Hmm. No, no,
Like
I get what
someone
you're
will
saying.
see it and they'll be like, "Oh, that's cool as hell." Because like that, it's like let's say you're walking in a booth and like that is the only one we saw, right? So it attracted like I went to see it, right?
Yeah,
I didn't end up buying anything from the booth, but what I'm trying to say is like if you've got like one cool ass thing, yeah, it brings all these people. People will just be when it's naturally drawn there, they might just end up buying something for your booth. So it's like a how do you say it? It's a tactic to get people to buy.
marketing. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And if one guy buys it, $300. You know, it's a
yeah,
win for you.
yeah. I guess so. I mean, I don't think anyone would buy it, but still. I mean, the
Well, let
game.
me.
By the
Yeah,
way,
go ahead.
the game came out in, like September of 2004, so it's like
It's an old game.
21 years.
Yeah, but like I said, like it's like what's it called? It's like when there's a raffle, right?
Yeah,
Like you can buy the raffle because you sit there and it's like a new flat screen TV. You know what I mean? You get attracted to that. You end up buying a raffle ticket, but you end up buying other stuff while you're there.
true. Yeah,
When you get to that, yeah, exactly. It's like a marketing strategy.
marketing. I mean, it's like
And then you
I.
cry when you don't win the TV. Yeah, what are you saying?
What do you call it? Uh, I don't like my English. The wheel. Remember how it was a place that had like
Yeah,
spin the
exactly.
wheel?
We spun the wheel. Which was kind of cool. We're hoping for like something dope. We ended up winning three Journey Together packs from that wheel. But yeah, dude, it's cool just to win stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
cool to win like stuff from like wheels and stuff. Like
exactly, dude. Whenever I see a wheel, like it's anywhere, I'm like, I want to spin it.
I want to spin it. There was like two wheels,
You know, I
but
want to spin
one
it.
was a smaller wheel, one was a bigger wheel. I went for the bigger wheel.
Bigger wheel, 100%, bro. Like the bigger wheel it is.
It was
It's like,
40.
dude.
We were close to getting
Well,
10 packs, but we only got 3.
I have three. I'm not complaining. But let me hit with this. Let me hit this, right?
Mm.
Like, if you told me, yo, Sam, you've been invited to go to Wheel of Fortune, I'd be like, hell yeah, I get to spin a giant wheel. Like, what better than that? Like, you know, that
Spin
wheel.
that wheel. Do. Oh, whatever the music is here. You want that, but for Pokemon cards. You'd love
Dude,
that.
it doesn't matter. I just want to spin a wheel. Like, how many times I went to Smash and I spun a wheel?
You're not wrong, actually. You did that often last time.
Bro, let me hear with this. Let me hear this, right? Um, so back when I was in university days, yeah, I lined up like 20 minutes because we had an event, right? You have
Yeah.
all these events, like stuff going on. Like you've got like a sausage sizzle, you've got all that stuff. I lined up 20 minutes, and my friend's like, bro, it's not even worth it. I'm like, it's worth it to spin a wheel.
To spin a wheel. I do find it
I
funny.
kid you not. I spun a wheel, right?
Yeah.
Like on top of that, because like I was following them on like Facebook or something. Yeah, it was definitely Facebook. Uh, they were like, "Oh, you get a second spin." So I'm like, "Dude, not one spin, but two spins." Like,
I mean, might as well.
might as well. Like, yep. I don't remember what I won that day, but I got the spinner wheel.
You got to spin a wheel. Speaking of you getting free goodies, aka like spin the wheel twice, when we entered, there was that thing where it's like, oh, if you follow us on Instagram, follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you get like a free booster.
That is so smart because I want you to think about this for a sec, right?
Yeah,
Like in other places that say like subscribe or follow us on like socials, right? A lot
yeah,
of people end up like following for the free stuff and then leaving, right?
yeah,
Like for example, yeah, I'm still following them because like I sit there, right? And then all they do is open cards, like right? Any
right.
types of cards. I said that's my thing. Like, my whole YouTube feed, pretty much the last few weeks, have been opening cards. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So I like they got to because like like some people might be like, oh, you end up like doing it, but then people once they leave or whatever, right? You lose that initial boost you got. I
Yeah,
don't think
I
they
guess
lost
we
any
mean.
of that. Yeah, because
I mean,
everyone's there is there for the same reason. You know what I mean?
true. I mean, I'm probably gonna still have them followed on Instagram. I don't know about YouTube, but I'll keep them followed on Instagram. I don't mind.
No, no. But what I mean is like, for example, like sometimes like I was in a store and then they had like a freebie. Like I don't remember what the freebie was, right? So, but they were like, you have to subscribe. I subscribed to them to take that freebie, right? And then I sat there, and then like as soon as I left, unsubscribed
Well,
because I was
yeah.
not interested in them. But I wanted the free stuff. But here I'm like, hell yeah, I'm interested in your content. You know what I mean?
I mean, because it's actually tied to the event itself.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, yeah. Again, let me talk about like the management of this place because like again, like it was packed. It was packed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
place
thought it was gonna
was.
be packed. I just didn't know it was gonna be this packed. Because like again, it's hosted in a community center, which
Yeah.
isn't like it's not like a convention center where like it's the biggest thing. It's a community center. It's like just one giant room. The fact that they had this many people and it wasn't uncomfortable, I didn't feel squished. Maybe a bit times I was like I bumped into people, but like not the biggest like issue in the world.
I mean, it was a bit crowded at times. Some of the two of the what do you call them? I even know we call them rows were like crowded because it's like much more narrow compared to the other two.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do agree. But like for example, like I didn't feel like I still felt I had rooms. You know what I mean?
I get what
Like
you mean.
I wasn't. Yeah, like it's not like yeah. I mean, other than the fact that we're both big boys and we're both carrying bags. Um,
I mean, you weren't even
maybe if
carrying
we're
back.
uh, oh yeah, I was the only one that brought it back. Yeah, but like for example, if we weren't like, you know what I mean? See,
Big.
I feel like this would have been an issue if it was in summer. Like if there were so many people in that cramped room, I think like it would have been
Oh
a huge
yeah.
problem in summer. Unless they turn on the aircon, I've got no idea. Maybe they did have. You know what I mean?
I mean, even if they did, if
Um,
it wasn't good enough, people wouldn't feel it. Yeah,
agreed,
but
agreed. So
what do you
like, so
call
like, it
it?
was a perfect storm of like it was winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they planned
Um,
it. That's why.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I feel like
But
the worst of like the crowded area was like trying to go from the front to the back row. That
well,
like with the
look, okay.
entrances,
I think
that
the
was
the
crowded.
crowded area at the front was wild because everyone was trying to get a free pack for subscribing.
Yeah,
So everyone's trying to jump on like on top of each other. But once you get over that initial, like it's all pretty much chill.
it's fine for the most part. Yeah,
Um,
it's all Gucci at that rate.
yep. And then like again, outside we waited like about like did we wait an hour? I think we waited like about anywhere but 45 minutes. I think.
It was either an hour or even like an hour and 10, something like that.
Okay, yeah, somewhere like that. Let's say like around that. But yeah, it was worth the wait. Let's just say it was worth the wait. We got to see a whole bunch of cool stuff. We got to see a whole bunch of like graded cards, a whole bunch of like
Yep,
just cool cards. I
wallets
probably
crying,
thought
wallet
yeah, we
devourers.
didn't pick up any graded card. We did pick up a mystery bag, so maybe it does have a graded card in them.
Maybe
We don't know. We maybe.
it's like I remember getting a
Um,
card that was like no, $8. It was like $5 or something, and then like there was a graded version of it for like 70, and I'm like, cool.
yeah, because
Anyway,
exactly,
I mean, it's like it doesn't
exactly.
really bother me if it's it's not number 10. Because you can
No, no,
realistically
like
grade
like
any card, and it could just be high, but you could have just bought it for cheap anyways. So it doesn't matter.
dude, no, it's just graded cards are just cool to have. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
true. But
it, it's like for example, like it's in my opinion, graded cards are like getting a photo framed. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I
Because the,
mean,
the plastic the glass they put it in or the plastic whatever they put it in, right?
yeah,
It's just kind of cool to see, you know what I mean? Because actually got all the information on the card. You sit there, kind of get what I mean.
no, I get what you're saying. It's
You could
probably
just, you could
acrylic or
you can
something.
display it. You could display it somewhere.
I'm wondering if you can just buy like one of those $5 cards and then grade it for the lows, and then like I wouldn't be surprised if you get one that's like 7
And
or something.
you
7
you
or 8.
can grade a card, like you can do that, right?
Is it worth the
Do that.
money? It's
I've never done grading before, so I don't know how much it costs. I don't know a lot about that. You know what I mean? However, if we do sit there, 'cause we've got a whole bunch of packs, right? If we
yeah,
pull out like an incredible card, like then might as well. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen.
chunk of truth.
If we pull out like a Tonkachu, who knows?
That's what you want. You want a chunk of truth.
Fam, I
Chunky
want a
boy
cool
wants a
looking
chunk of
card.
truth.
That's pretty much about it.
You want a what?
Um, card. Card looks cool. I'll be like, yo, it's kind of cool.
The card that looks cool. It looks kind of cool.
um, yep. Yeah, we did see a whole bunch of other stuff outside of Pokemon cards, which was also cool. There were like cards. I didn't know they made trading cards for certain things.
True. I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
better to beat Bliss, I guess. I don't know, because there's like a bunch of weird ones.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Because we did pick up a couple different cards, not a lot, but like a couple. So you'll see them opening on the channel. We'll see what we'll do.
Hmm?
I'm saying we'll see what we do. We haven't
Yeah,
decided yet.
yeah.
We
No, I
will
thought
see
you
what we do.
said like I thought you said like this is what we'll do, and I'm like, oh, it's
No,
starting
no,
now.
no,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no, 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 no. Yeah. Anything else about the event?
it was a good event. As you said, there was like other trading cards. Like there was like basketball. What do you call it?
There was a lot
NRL.
of basketball. There was
There was a lot of sport ones. There was also one bloke who was saying like cards I've never seen in my life in packs. It was there was that terrarium Pokemon terrarium thing being
there
sold
was
there,
that. Yeah.
which was still
Mm.
overpriced as heck. What else? What else? What else? I think that's like the majority of it. People just selling stuff and people buying and enjoying the time and looking at cards.
Exactly, dude. It's yep.
Yeah,
This is like probably in my opinion, I think this might be the last time I buy Pokemon cards for a while because I spent too much money. Um,
why do I like these hobbies?
maybe.
Why do I spend so much money?
Well, no, it's not like it's like okay, yeah, you spend money, but what I'm saying is like it doesn't have to be like, for example, every single week I got to go and buy $100 to $200 worth of my hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right? Because like for example, like all you do is like because for me, I consider like gaming as my one of my main hobbies. Like I love gaming, right?
yeah,
And I'm up to the point where like very happy with pretty much majority of the games I've got. Right now, a game might come out and it's incredible. Yeah, doesn't mean I
yeah.
have to buy it straight away. For example, I'm like, if I were, I'm like, all right, like a couple of months later, I'm like, all right, I'm picking it up. Even let's say it's on sale or not on sale, but like at that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm picking it up. I want to change up, like you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
That's yeah. But then like for like pretty much Lego and Pokemon cards, yeah, I like them as a hobby as well, right? But like I can do other stuff. Like for example, I'll open. I might like we'll do it for the YouTube channel. We'll open up our Pokemon stuff and we'll build Lego. Those are like I'll do those as my hobby. Obviously, Lego I'll do it in my private time. It doesn't have to be on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
But then it's like the hobby is not just about like doing it. It could be like anything. For example, right? I could sit here and then just do some research on Pokemon cards, and technically that's a hobby. You know what I mean? Or I
true.
could just watch YouTube videos on it, or I could just watch YouTube videos on the next like Lego set, and that like that just like you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be like me
Buying,
actually
buying,
doing
buying.
well, buying or doing that activity. Like for example, right? I can watch anime, right?
Yeah,
And then like I can also watch people talk about anime. I can watch like podcasts or stuff where they talk about it, right? Or I like, for example, I love watching the footy, yeah.
yeah.
And then all I do is like I'll watch some people talk about the podcast, whatever footy, you know what I mean? Have discussions with my friends about it. Go outside and kick a ball, like you know what I mean. So it's like I can do a majority of other things outside of doing the actual thing, but it's in relation to that thing. You know, kind of what I mean.
I get what you mean.
And all those things I do pretty much don't spend the like necessarily a great amount of money. Yeah, sure. No, we're not saying everything's free because you're paying for the Wi-Fi, you're paying for whatever like the device you're using it on. I'm not saying that everything for free. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like if someone's hobby is to draw, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one day they can draw, but the next day, like they can draw an image, and the next day they're learning techniques. So instead of drawing an image, they're just practicing scribbles, and the next day they're researching like how to perfect the technique, and they might be watching YouTube videos to learn. Like you know what I'm saying? So you're doing all these different things.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying you're
Yeah,
not. I mean, at
yeah,
that rate, you're
but
paying
that's
off your
still
time.
classified as part of that hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, with both Lego and like Pokemon TCG in general, anything you watch online, it's basically a free advertisement for it.
Pretty much, yeah. So, but like I said, this might be my last. Maybe around Christmas, I might like have a look because by that time there might be a few new sets. Maybe I can pick some up from the Pokemon vending machine. Um,
Maybe.
but yeah, maybe.
And before Pokemon's like, here's another one, and another, and another.
Yeah, because every couple months there's a new one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then they drop a new game, and there's gonna be another one with it, and then they drop an anime, and there's another one with it.
Exactly, bro. I completely agree with you on that point.
They drop the Switch to another one with.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
The Pope. We spoke about it last time. Easter.
Yeah. Saint
Way.
Leo.
My
I think his name.
condolences.
Oh yeah, for Pope. Yeah, Francis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They elected a new pope.
Was it Pope Leo the
Pope.
14th or something? Like
Yep.
I don't remember the number. I'm not gonna lie.
From what I remember, he originates from
No,
America.
13. Oh, wait. Is it? Wait, give me a minute.
He's
Yeah, he's
from
Pope Leo
America,
the
right?
14th. Yeah, he is American and Peruvian. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he is from the
Um,
Americas basically.
we did have his first address, which he addressed in Latin, and then he had to end up having an English address. I've got no other words to say except like congrats on being elected the Pope.
Yeah.
Dude, it's kind of weird. It's like we're reaching to a point, yeah,
Yeah.
where like the world is like it's like it's changing in my opinion, right? Like because you sit there, like I'm gonna hit you with this, yeah.
Yeah.
If you asked me 2 years ago, right, will the
Right.
Pope or will the Pope change, or will the Queen like change? You know
Lost.
what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know how to say that without mentioning. Yeah. So it's like kind of weird because like these are the things that you sit there. It's like in your lifetime, yeah, probably would never like change. Like kind of what I'm saying.
You're just too
Because in
used
my
to
life,
it, kind of thing.
well, no, I sit there. It's like in my next lifetime, probably the next time the Pope will change or like the King will change is probably when I'm 50 or something,
Yeah.
or
Oh well,
maybe even older.
Pope may be a bit longer than probably the
Yeah,
King
but
maybe.
what I'm trying to get at, it's wild that like both happened. Time, you know what I mean?
Like in a year.
And like, yeah, exactly. In the year span, like it's just weird because it feels like it's like you know what I mean? Like things are changing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really weird. Like I don't know if I'm feeling weird about it. What about you? How do you feel about it?
I know times are changing, but like it is quite odd they both happened around a year apart, yearish or so.
Look,
But
I'm not saying
like,
I'm not like trying to be a conspiracy theorist. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, that's not what I
Um,
meant either, personally.
yeah.
yeah,
No, I'm saying that's not what I meant. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
some people might be like linking them. I'm like, bro, like, and then some guy will be like, this is the next guy. But like, no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Shut up.
Well, it's because like you sit there. It's like, okay, right? Like in my lifetime, right?
Yeah.
In one person's lifetime, like here in Australia, like every couple of years, the prime minister changes.
Oh yeah.
And then like what's it called? And you hear about in America the president changes. Like these things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every few years you expect like either a change. Like you know what I mean?
Well, what's these other ones you expected to not last, but be
Like
I don't know
if
last
you
longer, but
like
un,
I reckon there'd
not
be
common.
people. Yeah, there'd be what?
So less like I say less common, but it's like you know, oh, every couple of years this person's gonna change. But for stuff like that, you don't think you don't have that kind
It's
of
not
same
that. It's like
approach.
yes, I agree with you. But then you sit there. But then there's like probably there are times where like they only change probably once in your lifetime.
Could be potentially, yeah.
Yeah, there's a chance that the Pope might be just like the Pope and like the King, and then like they never changed for the rest of my life. But like it just
Would be
yeah,
somewhat
yeah,
concerning, but yeah. I was gonna say what they achieved like immortality.
maybe, bro, maybe. Um, yeah, okay. Let's move on to the Pope.
Cool.
The next thing I want to discuss probably relate to the party for this.
Yeah.
Decide to delay the game.
GTA 6.
The game that keeps giving. It better live up to its promise.
I mean, they said they needed to use a polish it. Even if they needed to use, I remember the last game that said they needed to use a polish. That was like Halo
Look,
Infinite.
bro. Look, bro. I'm gonna hear you with it. It's not about like I sit there, right?
Hmm.
What I want to know what. Okay, before we go any further, obviously, I want to talk about GTA 6. Before I want to talk about polish. Um, GTA 6 announces its delay, and then of course the stocks drop, and then GTA 6 decides we're gonna drop our trailer, and the stocks rise.
Of course, they have to balance it out.
That's the funniest thing.
That's the reason. It's like we need to
No,
like
obviously,
make money.
obviously. Do you think like when GTA 6 was delayed, do you think like the company would have expected the stocks to drop the amount it did? Like it was wild.
Well, I mean, imagine telling people because I remember it was like a year ago. Like the CEO
Yeah.
was like, "All right, guys, next year we're gonna make record profits." Imagine telling them to your investors, and the investors are like, "Ooh, let's go," and then it's like, "I meant the year after," and the investors like, "Huh? I want money now. I want my money
Oh,
now."
bro.
Like, do you know during what the game of the year, game
Yeah,
awards, it was the
yeah.
most anticipated game. It won the most anticipated game of the year.
Well,
It's not
let me hear
coming
with
out
this.
this
Let me
year.
hear this. Let me hear this. If you are the investor, right?
Yeah,
Right. You sit there, like I reckon I'm an investor, and I see what the stuff I see. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like I would not be worried. Be worried for GTA 6.
Oh, you wouldn't. They just kind of under the thing like, I
Yeah,
want my
I
money
know. They
now.
wanted the money now, obviously. But what I mean by not worried, it's like everyone is talking about it. There is no one in the world that's not talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you kind of go saying, like everyone's jumping at this opportunity. It's like everyone is talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, because
everyone knows
like
about it.
imagine
Everyone's talking
because
about it.
like there might be like a game that say, oh, it's delayed, and no one's talking about it. You know, because like no one's following this game. Like everyone's talking about GTA 6.
Yeah,
Everyone, dude. I don't even play Grand Theft Auto, right? And we're talking about it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Naive.
imagine the GTA 6 community. These guys like every single day they're talking about it. It's like you know what I mean? There are like
Yeah. If they could, they would.
now I'm gonna hit you with this. Okay, let's go back to your comment about polish. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think is like the definition of like when companies say I need polish?
That means either the game's in a rough state and needs a lot of polish. Do you know they gave themselves a year of polish, basically, or it means the game is like close to finishing and they're just sorting out endless amount of bugs that probably is ruining the game.
Which one do you think is GTA 6 in?
Well, we technically have not seen any gameplay yet. We've only mainly seen cutscenes, but they look very nice. But cutscenes. The only thing we saw was like what leaked images from like what 2 years ago or something now, or something like that. No, not 2 years, like a year or so ago. I can't remember. But look, they what? It's just like didn't they say it has like $1 billion budget or 1.5 billion, like something insane. So
Yeah,
it's
bro.
like,
But like, let me hit with this. Like, anything that has $1 billion, but we've seen it, bro. It's not why I had so much money in their budget and they didn't make any money. So like,
well, I mean,
this is obviously not gonna flop. That's what I'm trying to say.
no, it's not.
Um,
I'm just it would live up to people's expectations. Probably not. Is it gonna be like a mess? Probably not. I mean, like the last game, what Red Dead Redemption 2, like, I mean, ignoring the GTA Definitive Trilogy because I don't think it was made
let
by
me hit
them,
with this. Okay, the
was really
Okay,
figure.
okay. So the Red Dead Redemption, I think like they just stopped supporting it so they can focus on supporting GTA 5 more.
Oh yeah, because it makes them more money.
Exactly. So, which really upset me because I thought Red Dead Redemption was actually a really good game. Um,
Well, yeah, but it's
yeah,
like their online doesn't make them money, so like, oh no, womp womp. But I think,
okay.
but like Red Dead Redemption 2's was very polished with like it was very high quality game. If they're
I
able
know, I agree
to
with you.
deliver that polish just
Well,
on a
no,
larger
let me
scale,
because like
they should be fine.
Red Dead Redemption like is because like if they fixed their multiplayer, it would have been a good game. Like because their multiplayer was not supported enough.
Yeah, definitely was it.
Mm. Dude, okay. Because I genuinely think that like the game is like not complete. I think GTA 6 is not complete in my opinion.
Don't look. See, the thing is,
That's why they're delaying it. Yeah, go
because
ahead.
it's like, look, imagine they're like, oh, guys, we're gonna polish it, and they delayed it by 3 months. Sure, but they delayed it by a year.
That's what I'm saying. They delayed it by a year. That's my one thing. I'm like,
Like,
well, I think two things happen, right? Either one, the game's actually not complete, right?
yeah,
Or two, right? Because they want GTA 6 to be like the next GTA 5.
of course.
What I mean by that is they want this game to last years,
Yeah, they want to last
right?
years
So
to
they were
make them
like,
so much
okay,
money.
yeah. So like, so the game takes years. They probably added like when they had their scope, the amount of stuff they added, like, is so wild that they're still adding to that. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
still stuff they probably have not added. You know, because if it comes out and like GTA 6 comes out and like there aren't like the features are either less or not as much as people thought, like this game would not last the years that they want. You know what I mean? Because they realize that instead of making a game every year, like Call of Duty comes out and makes a game every year, yeah,
yeah,
they need to make a game that can sustain like 5 years.
yeah. True. I mean, like, what they've released GTA 5 like 3 times now or something.
It's to the point where like every single time there was a console that released, GTA 5 was one of their games that released.
Yeah,
And then it's like, oh yeah, this is like a new game. Like they tried to like hide it behind like this is a new game. You know, it's like no, it's
yeah.
not, bro. We've seen this game again.
And it's also like what the
Um,
membership and all the other BS to get more money from you. I
yes. Um,
look. I just know
by
that.
the way, like for example, let me hear with this. Let me hear this another
Yeah.
thing, right? Do you know how long it was between GTA 5 coming out and then GTA 5 Online came out?
Ooh, I don't know. Was it a year or
Yeah,
two?
because I think that GTA 6 upon release, online will be released on upon release.
If they want money, then probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Okay,
when was
another
that?
question. How many people take off work on the day GTA 6 release?
Oh, a bunch of people.
How many people?
Oh wait, apparently it was only a month initially, less than a month
Okay.
for it. But also do note, like, if we look, that's just for consoles. Like, when did
Yeah, the
yeah
PC.
PC released like 2 years later? Like, a little
Damn.
it released. Look, GTA 5 came out September 2013. Came out on PC April of 2015. So it's
The
like,
online?
yeah. No, that's just like it releasing on PC. Online apparently came like a month later. Yeah, so weird. I mean, look. they're probably gonna release it at the same time just so they get money.
100%. It's like yeah, 100%.
They could probably just have like, you know what they're probably doing? They probably have like a set, not half, but set portion of the team just working on the base game, and then getting bits up, and then another set team getting those bits and pieces like the map, for instance, and then just making the online and just making mechanics for that.
Yeah, true. Yep, that's right.
But then I can probably also
True.
see it being like either they just need more time to finish everything online needs, like everything, or there also something to do with the story also needs more. But that probably is just mainly more polishing. But you'll never know. The reason why I brought up like Halo though, because Halo when they mentioned it, like half the game wasn't even done yet, and they rushed like so much just to get it out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Halo is the perfect example. Yep. Okay.
So I
Okay.
have, don't want to call it trust. I have more hope in Rockstar.
Well, because
So
okay,
yeah,
like Infinite is like whatever it's called, the definitive edition. Like scratch that, right?
yeah, because it wasn't
The
made
last
by
game they
them.
released, yeah, the last game they released was Red Dead Redemption. Now, outside of them not supporting it because it wasn't making as much money, right? The
Yeah,
game was actually like a great game. If you want like
yeah,
a single player game, right? It's a great single player game. Comes out, you can still play it. You know what I mean? But if you're looking for more, don't bother.
yeah.
You know
And
what I
then
mean?
like even
But like, what?
for
You
the
know,
year, like it's like what released in like 2018, and it still has graphics that like games nowadays
hundred
struggle
percent,
to even
hundred,
go up against
hundred.
it
Dude, it was
sometimes.
nominated for one of the game of the year. Remember?
I mean, it was nominated. It lost though. Didn't win,
I'm not
unfortunately.
saying it had to win. I'm saying it nominated. It
Yeah,
was
nominated, of
nominated,
course.
right? Right. Like GTA 6, right? They're probably going to put that level of polish that they have Red Dead, right? But
Yeah,
then obviously they're going to put the amount of care because this is meant to be the next GTA 5.
of course. It's the next moneymaker.
Yeah, exactly. So this game, no world that this game flops. There is absolutely no way in this world that this game flops.
Well, financially, no.
No, financially, of
Yeah,
course.
of course, no. Oh no, people's
No.
expectation are good. People would be like,
Oh, 100%,
oh,
100%. That's a different story. I'm talking about financially,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like,
Because like next minute we could see, right?
yeah.
GTA 6 comes out and it's like $120.
Oh, please don't say
I
that.
can so see that. I could so see that happening.
You know,
And then people are still gonna buy it because people are gonna like this. People are gonna start sitting there. It's like this is a quadruple A game. Like people will start comparing it to that.
the reason I say don't say that it's because currently Doom the Dark Ages on Steam is $119.
Yeah, but that's like Australian. I don't know how much
Yeah,
that's
but
in
it's
American.
like yikes. That's probably like what? Is that 70, 80? Oh, because it's really high. It'd have to somewhere be that. That's going in
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
territory. That's more.
Because
That's around
Microsoft
here.
did say. Remember, Microsoft did say they were going to increase their price. Remember that?
Did Sony say anything yet?
No, I haven't seen Sony say anything.
Yeah, it still obeys
Well,
$109.
think about this. Why would Sony say something like Nintendo says we're increasing the prices, but then they release a new console? Everyone's going to buy the new console. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Xbox say they increasing the prices, but that's just to get everyone from buying their games to the Game Pass.
true. I mean, they even made the console more expensive as well. So yeah,
Right. So Sony has none of that. Like if Sony comes out and it's like, all right, we're raising our prices, like, you have no new console and you have no new Game Pass, right?
yeah,
You, you know what I mean? So it's like you sit there because everyone that's announced it lost stock, but then everyone like, well, got something that counteracts that loss. You know what I mean? Sony does not have anything to counteract that, right?
hmm.
Unless Sony comes out with like the world's best game. But then even at that point, like I still think that like it's a loss because the announcement is not announcing for one game. The announcement is for future games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, based
So
on how
like
like Sony does stuff, they can't really make the best game. They're just making the best, not best. Like they're making like really tightly like packed story based games, and
correct. But
sometimes live
what
action.
I mean is that
Well,
like
so sorry.
um there is nothing to counteract this. Like for example, I sit there like Nintendo's like, oh yo, our games are like now $80 for example, right?
Yeah.
But then they're like, all right, well, we're releasing a new console. So everyone's like, if you don't buy the new console, you're not paying for the $80 game. Hey, you know what I mean? But that
Hmm.
new console is like if you buy it, you're stuck with paying for whatever. That's you know what I mean? That's just how it goes, right?
True.
Whereas Xbox, you're like, all right, well, we're gonna up our prices. But then like they sit there, right, and you're up in
Yeah.
the console, yeah. So people are
Yeah.
like, well, I've got a PC, I'll just buy the Game Pass on the PC. And the
True.
other people are like, well, I've already got the console, I'll just buy the Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
So like, if PlayStation's like, I'll up the prices, everyone be like, well, you up the prices, so what do you have to offer?
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's nothing. So PlayStation should. That's why I think PlayStation will not up their price now. It wouldn't shock me if they do up their prices because everyone else is doing it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I don't see them unless they announce something big, unless like they announce something competitive to Game Pass, because I think that's the way they're gonna go, right? What I mean by
Probably.
that is like they're not gonna announce a new console. They're not gonna announce a new console.
No, no.
Yeah, exactly. So
No, it's
like,
way too early for one, and for two, they also had their PS5 Pro not too long ago.
right, but what I'm saying is like the two things that I can see judging the what's it called? How do you say it? The increase in price, right? Would
Yeah.
be either releasing a new console that has console exclusives that everyone goes and you want to pick up the console because you have to pay our price. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
number two is you have something like some sort of Game Pass or some sort of service where you get something out of it. You know what I mean?
True.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
mean, it
That's the only
might
way I say it. Like, unless you have another idea that they could do.
not really, because it's like, because really, see, the thing is with PlayStation is that they make like I say the story games. The story games, good, high quality, it works, and they're unique. The
Yeah, yeah.
other side of the coin is really similar live service games, which just cannibalize each other because they're so similar, which end
Hundred
up losing
percent,
the
hundred
money.
percent. No, but like, okay, let me give you an example. If God of War, a new God of War comes out, and then they release that for a premium price at like $80, for example, yeah,
Yeah,
would I complain?
probably not. Probably, I don't know. Depends.
Right?
I mean, you have the right to complain,
Like, I
technically.
have the right to complain, but like, I wouldn't be upset because I know God of War is going to be like an ST game. It's probably going to be nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
That's how good God of War would be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, however, if they release like a lousy slop and then they're like, all right, he's like, hey, of course I'm going to complain. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, because like, remember this. Apparently, Ghost of Yotei, yeah, was already. Sony said there's going to be priced at 70.
That's good. Let's hope they don't
Right, but that's what I'm
backtrack.
saying. Like, if they decide now, let's change to $80. You already promised Ghost of Yotei $70, so you can't sit there. So they probably will not change any price until Ghost of Yotei comes out.
And that's probably the next big game for a decent little thinger.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is like, you already promised Ghost of Yotei $70, and Ghost of Yotei is going to be like probably I think Game of the Year worthy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Game of the Year nominee at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually somewhat tough competition already so far.
Right,
But
but
yeah.
like, cause like, what I mean is like their prequel was, and this game I think is going to be better than their prequel.
Yeah. I mean, their game won, like, what? Player's Voice when it came out, so never know.
Right, right. Trying to get at is like, so that game is $70, right? If you increase now $80, and then a shittier game comes out, it's $80, and then this game
$80.
comes out 70. What?
I was like, like a shittier game comes out, it's $80. Like,
Yeah, and then like just Yoda released it at 70. Everyone's like, so how does this make sense? You know what I mean?
true. How does it make sense? Because when you put
No,
a price
right.
tag, you set an expectation of what it's gonna be.
Correct, correct. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Sony will not announce anything until Ghost of Yotei sale comes out. Now, Sony might just be like, all right, we're sticking to 70.
They're good. Or they
Yeah, and
can't. Or
well,
they
because
don't.
then, like, because think about this, if Sony stays at $70, right? Then you sit there, it's like Sony becomes the family-friendly game budget console, yeah. Because like they haven't increased the price of the consoles, yeah. So Sony becomes the family-friendly one instead of Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
You sit there, family-friendly with exclusives. Like that's actually not a bad bad
I mean, it
marketing
will even be
strategy.
considered family friendly. So it's still it'll be considered. I don't know if it'd still even be considered cheapest because of the console. PlayStation just being
No, no,
outright
no.
more
Well,
expensive still,
like
but
the console is still like not priced, yeah. But
yeah,
like over time, let me hear you with this. If you buy a PlayStation, let's say a Nintendo, right? Nintendo keeps the games at $80. Over time, yeah,
you're
right.
gonna feel it.
You will feel the effects of $80, right? Because let's see this. let's say you buy 3 games. 3 games, $80 is $240,
Yeah.
right? 3 games of PlayStation is 210, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying, for example, yeah. And then you sit there. All right, both of them have to pay an online service. So by the time you pay PlayStation's online service, you already paid $240, and the Nintendo you need to pay for that online service. So you're even
Yeah.
paying more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like at this stage, like over time, I feel like Sony, you end up saving more money at Sony, but you just have to brunt the initial cost.
I mean, yeah, because even Sony has the free monthly games and it has the free downloadable games
Well,
from
those are
the
only if you
last
subscribe though.
gen. Or even if you get the online. True.
Mm.
Most of the games don't need it. Unless, I don't know, you need a PSN account.
But to be
Um,
fair, to tell you the truth, yeah, like we're up to the stage where like, oh yeah, and on top of that, Nintendo doesn't have sales for their games, so like
yep.
you're
My
getting
favorite
screwed
beat.
up, right. But on top of that, like I like the fact that we've reached a point where like we in yeah that like um what's it called, backwards compatibility is incredible now.
True. But,
Because like
like,
for example, we're buying, we've got well, so we're approaching the time when like the Nintendo Switch comes out. We've already ordered the Nintendo Switch, right? Too.
oh, yeah.
We didn't pick up any games in Nintendo Switch 2 order, but why would we? We've got hundreds of games here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just picked up recently doors Mario Party up, not Mario Party, sorry, Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Like I just waiting for the Nintendo 2 console. Put these two bad boys in. For me, this is going to be 2 brand new games.
True. What, like Mario RPG and what was the other one?
Thousand Year Doors, Paper Mario Thousand Year
No.
Doors.
Cool.
But like, because these are like okay, they're not like okay. Well, both of them are remakes. I haven't played either one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bought them recently, so these are for me considered new games.
Why not then play it on
On a
better
new
hardware?
console, so like exactly on a better hardware. Like, what more do I need to say? You know what I mean? For me, all
Yeah.
of that is gonna feel like a fresh experience. Obviously, it's not a play, sorry, not a Switch 2 game, but like it'll feel like something new.
True. And then, yeah, it'll feel like something new and you have actual, not actual reason, but you have an incentive to play it. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I've got these on Mario Day. So if you want to know, I traded in like 3 games and 3 terrible games. Let's just say that.
Three
That's how I got
terrible
them.
games.
Well, to be fair, I traded in Lego Star Wars, which is actually a really good game, but like because of I had it on the PlayStation subscription, I just downloaded it from there, so I no longer needed the disc. And then I gave them um mini carnival no carnival games, and I gave them Switch Sports,
Switch Sports.
which I didn't really play. So
Yeah.
basically, I gave them 2 games that I'm never going to play, and 1 game that I actually still have for two like
Two new games, basically.
ST games, 2 ST games. Everyone says these are the best games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on this before I move on to like Nintendo for a bit?
Um, well, I mean more so about the GTA 6. Or
Oh, GTA 6 and what we just talking about, like pricing of games and stuff.
pricing games are like, it sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda hate it, but
Well,
can't do
okay.
much.
I'm gonna completely honest with you, right? I don't like. I hate it too, but I understand it. But I also like. I understand, but I also don't understand. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna understand it until if is it still called FIFA? I don't know, whatever. Like the EA's FC, whatever freaking game is
Yeah,
gonna come out and it's gonna go up for no reason.
no, okay. The only reason I understand it is because like inflation's happening and everything is going up, right? Like
Yeah.
everything, not just game, right? Everything's going up. But my problem is that like we had a $10 increase last time. We're having another $10 increase. It's so fast. You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
don't tell me every year we're having a $10 increase. Like even inflation, I don't think like happens that fast. You know what I mean?
Like the only time Nintendo was like, oh yeah, we this game $80 is because we think its quality deserves that price.
Yeah.
But now you're slapping down like 20 different games and even more. I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna have that
Yeah, and then
high
Xbox
quality
decides to
control.
just dive in. So like Xbox decides to follow suit.
Xbox is just freaking, what do you call it?
Yeah, but like
Trend chasing.
because Nintendo did it, Nintendo gets all the backlash, and Xbox like, yeah, let's do it, and it's everyone complaining about Nintendo. No, so everyone's complaining about Xbox. Everyone's jumping on Nintendo's back because they're like, this is what you've done.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I understand. Dude, to be fair, when inflation came out, and I heard that the term inflation, I thought games would increase by $5.
Yeah.
So I thought the games would jump American $60 to $65. I was like, I would have not been upset. I would have been like, fair enough, right? It jumped to 70, and I was like, all right, look, I hate it, but like I understand. But now we're jumping again. It's like, bro, I thought the next jump would be in 3 or 4 years time.
No, it's in now, apparently.
Yeah,
Because of
and it
how
sets a
bad the
precedent that like
economy is.
every year, like it's setting a precedent that every year it's gonna jump,
Which we don't want.
which we don't want.
This keeps happening, there's going to be a crash. There'll be another crash.
If this happens, like people are gonna boycott.
People are. The thing is, though, it's like, you know how it is. It's like casual people won't not care, but they'll like, they'll buy. Like, you can boycott a game, and if it's like a popular IP, you'll still make a bunch of money.
Yeah, but you get to the point where instead you can't own 10 games, you can only own 5 games, for example.
What do you mean?
Like you got to the point where, like, let's say you buy 10 games a month, you could probably only buy 5 games because
A
how much
month.
money it costs. For example, I'm giving you an example, bro.
I mean, if you purchase 10 games a month prior, and now you go into 5, you're living life well.
Okay. Let's say you could buy 10 games a year, but now you can only buy 5 games a year, for example.
No, that's just sad. That's a big loss.
This is where indie games will come out. This is where indie games, I'm telling you.
Indies, AA,
Double A's, yep. Indies, double A's, yep. All right then. That's enough for that one. Let's get to the final thing I want to talk about. Because we just said Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo's saying that they can brick your console
Brick it. Hiya.
for jailbreaking.
Yep. I mean, jailbreaking is, not legal, but
Jailbreak. You're breaking out of a jail, bro. Like,
yeah.
um, look,
that's
there's
the
not much
most
to say.
direct.
Like, we won't jailback our Switch, so we have no issue with that. But the people who do, yeah, that's all I can say.
I did to you. I don't remember who brought this up, but someone brought up a good point. It's like, how does it work? So imagine someone can. Okay, so imagine you did it. How does Nintendo go? Okay, now we're bricking your console.
I don't know.
Because they're like, what is stopping someone from hacking into Nintendo, going, "All right, I'm bricking all consoles," or just starts bricking random consoles? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how it works. I'm just like concerned,
Okay.
like, about it.
What is Nintendo's definition of breaking a console?
Oh, the definition of basically they like what they kind of say. It's like, this is our hardware, you can't like mess with it, and we'll just kind of like
No.
restrict
As in
you.
like,
Not
what happens?
restrict.
Like, does it just lock? Does it lock your console?
It just
Does it
won't
lock your
work.
console?
I believe that's what they literally mean. They will literally just brick it. So
Because,
you
for
won't be able to
example,
use it.
let me hear with this. Let me hear this, right?
Mm.
Because let me hear with this, right? Like, I'm expecting like brick might be in blue screen for a computer.
Oh, I mean, that's a crash. But
Right.
kind
But
of
I'm
mean.
saying something that makes it unusable, right?
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm trying to get at is like, if Nintendo's brick, it just makes it unusable. But it's not like a blue screen. Like, they might be able to unlock it if like something happens and then like let's say every Nintendo Switch goes offline because a hacker. I think they can unlock it from their side. If it's not like actual like it fries the hardware. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Mm. I don't know if that's how it works though, because bricking usually means you can't fix it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on their level. Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because, like you said, like if like Nintendo is hacked, like we are all screwed.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how it works, yeah. But then you can also just, because imagine if it's based on Nintendo servers and stuff, you could in theory just disconnect from the internet, which that's what they do now. People do that kind of stuff. They just
But
download another operating system on it.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not like the world's smartest dude on this.
I mean,
You know what I
neither
mean?
am I. But yeah,
Yeah, because like, look, like you said, if it's via the service, you can just turn off the Wi-Fi. Like they'll never track you. You
no, they
just never
won't,
turn on Wi-Fi again.
because then they'll just have to find another way to track you, which would be really interesting.
Well, see, this is what I'm thinking. It's, I don't know. I actually don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It might just be checks. Like it might be checks in the
Well, they
software.
didn't. They did
How this?
mention they would also like deactivate your Nintendo account.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about that. You can make a new Nintendo account. That's fine.
Oh yeah, but like yeah, but it's like
Unless they're like, unless they match your IP address to a banned account, they're like, all right, just close it.
if
They can do that.
Nintendo can't even get servers working properly, I don't think they're gonna go that
I
hard.
don't. Yeah, bro. To be fair, dude. Look,
Mm.
I think we should be more worried, in my opinion, of
Yeah,
Nintendo getting decent servers than like Nintendo
bricking.
like breaking. Because like I'm gonna hit with this Mario Kart World, whatever it's called, comes out. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone wants to play online on their game because like because you want to, right? And then all
right.
you find out is like their Nintendo servers are ass.
That'd be hilarious. I mean, that'd be hilarious because I'm not getting the game, but yeah, it'd be kind of a pain.
Because I see that more of a threat than like look. Let me give you, for example, everyone gets a Nintendo Switch 2 day one, right? Everyone
Yeah,
wants to play like the new Mario Kart game, like with your friends, whatever, right?
right.
I see that like a Nintendo, like that's what's gonna happen, right? It's not like the Switch 2 comes out and then everyone's trying to jailbreak the console.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like I sit there, it's like, well, like you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. Nintendo's like, we need to protect our property.
No, I get that. I get that. What I'm trying to say is like, I think we should, like there is a more immediate issue than like the jailbreak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, are we really thinking some guy's gonna hack into Nintendo like to like disable all the console? Like, what was the benefit of that? This guy gets no money from that. You know what I mean? If I'm hacking into Nintendo, I'm taking their money. No, I'm breaking all the consoles.
I mean, it would send a message, I guess. I don't know, doing by Switch 2s
Yeah, but
on.
you kind of get what I mean?
No, I get what
It's
you're
like
saying.
if I'm a hacker, I chase the money, then
Or you could
like breaking the
ransom.
console.
Go, I'm gonna brick all the consoles unless you give me this much money.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. You can do that too. But what you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on top of that, like if let's say they do break, like they do that in like the first month of Nintendo Switch 2, everyone just hops back to Nintendo Switch 1
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's not there'd be like what 3 or 4 games upon release. Like outside of that, everyone's playing Nintendo Switch 1 games.
Basically.
Yeah, so like it's like you can just revert back to Nintendo Switch 1. I think the more immediate issue is that everyone tries to hop on the Mario Kart 2 like thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Mario Kart, sorry, 2. Mario Kart World, whatever it's called, yeah. And then like the internet's complete rubbish. Then everyone will go on the internet and be like, "We paid $80 for this game, can't even play it."
And then that tweet will be brought up. It'll be funny. Like
Anyway, anything
the
else you want to talk about? Go ahead.
it's like the one where it's like how they were oh yeah guys, we don't do this because of quality. I'll just if I ever see that, I'll just have that on top of like an image of can't connect to servers or
You
something.
need a sense of pride and accomplishment to play our service.
That sounds like a yay.
That's the funniest thing.
Okay, radio. So wait, yeah. Anything else you want to mention? I guess I don't know.
Okay. Announcement. May not confirmed yet. We may be watching the new Mission Impossible. So stay tuned for a review next time we have a podcast episode.
Ooh.
Outside of that, anything else you want to say? Any shout outs? Anything you want to say?
Like, subscribe, comment. Stay tuned for other stuff we have, like I don't know TCG
Yeah,
and all
stay
that.
tuned for we'll get with CCG. Hopefully, come out in the next few days.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
So yeah.
we will let you know on the TCG what we're opening.
Yes, sir.
All right, then.
Yeah.
See you.
All right. Bye bye.
Peace.